Height is a funny thing. We know everyone under 6 feet adds an inch or two on dating sites, but in the NFL, your height is cemented on your player profile, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. Except round up and then get called out about it later. Does having a higher vantage point on the field really add to your gameplay? Yes, it does. You can also tell when it's gonna rain before anyone else, so that's a plus too. The NFL is full of tall dudes, but every once in a while an underdog will come through, outrunning the Giants and hurtling through the field, setting records and making clowns out of everyone. Now this list is going to be controversial, so stick around as we rank the greatest NFL players at every height. 5'5". There's only one player who comes up for this height, and that's Trendon Holiday. This former wide receiver, who retired in 2015, is one of the shortest players in NFL history, so there isn't much competition here. Known for being a speed demon, his 40-yard dash time was clocked in at 4.34 seconds, which is pretty good for his height. Is that a bad thing to say? We don't know. 5'6". Tariq Cohen, Deontay Harris, or Darren Sproles? While Harris is certainly one to watch and Cohen is up there, we're giving this one to famed running back Darren Sproles. Sproles played from 2005 all the way to 2019 with 3 different teams. Although he is recently retired, he has had an incredible NFL career, currently ranked 5th in career all-purpose yards in NFL history. Nobody else of his stature has ever had half as many yards. Sproles broke the NFL's all-time record for all-purpose yards in a season with 2,696 back in 2011. He's been selected to the Pro Bowl 3 times and leads active players with 7 punt return touchdowns, ranking him tied for number 7 in NFL history. Currently a personnel executive for the Philadelphia Eagles, we hope to see him inducted into the Hall of Fame one day. 5'7". Devin Singletary? Well, overall, he finished the 2019 season with 775 rushing yards and 2 rushing touchdowns and blah blah blah. We're giving this one to running back Maurice Jones-Drew. MJD was selected in the 2nd round of the 2006 NFL Draft by the Jaguars. He was passed on by all 32 teams in the draft, citing his height as the factor that made them second-guess his abilities. So MJD chose 32 as his number, which is a very nice way of saying, you'll regret that. A Jaguar through and through, by the time MJD retired in 2014, he had racked up 3 Pro Bowl selections, 2 first-team All-Pro selections, led the NFL in rushing once, and made the top 50 all-time leading rushers in NFL history. He has plenty of Jaguar franchise records, including most career rushing touchdowns with 68, and most rushing touchdowns in a single season with 15 in 2009. The list goes on. He can run, he can catch, and he deserves this ranking for sure. Sorry, Singletary. 5'8". This one's tough. Philip Lindsay? The running back finished his first season in 2018 with 1,278 total yards from scrimmage and 10 touchdowns, but his 2019 season wasn't as great. But who knows what Lindsay will bring to the 2020 season? What about Mark Ingram Jr.? A case could be made for him, but you know what? This is controversial, but we're going with Barry Sanders for this one. One of the greatest running backs in NFL history, Sanders holds the 4th most rushing yards of all time, went to 10 Pro Bowls, and holds a permanent place in the NFL Hall of Fame. He was the 3rd pick in the 1989 NFL Draft, going to the Lions, and retired in 1999 after a fantastic career. 5'9". Say what you will, but we're giving this one to Tyrann Mathieu. Mathieu spent 5 years with the Cardinals from 2013 onwards, recording 89 tackles, 11 tackles for loss, 5 interceptions, and a sack in the year 2015, which earned him a trip to the Pro Bowl and a spot on the AP All-Pro First Team. Mathieu then signed with the Texans in 2018, and his 2018 season was a career high for the safety, recording 89 tackles, 8 passes defended, 5 tackles for loss, 3 sacks, and 2 interceptions. In 2019, Mathieu signed a 3-year, $42 million contract with the Chiefs, meaning he's also got one of those highly coveted Super Bowl rings. 5'10". Dalvin Cook? No. Antonio Brown? No. Tyreek Hill? Nope. How about Deshaun Jackson? Signing with the Eagles in 2008, Jackson immediately recorded 1,448 all-purpose yards working as a receiver and punt returner in his rookie season. Jackson has been selected to the Pro Bowl 3 times and was the first player selected to the Pro Bowl at 2 different positions in 2010 as a wide receiver and return specialist. Jackson has 24 career touchdowns of 60 or more yards, which is the most in NFL history, breaking Jerry Rice's record. Jackson has played with the Redskins and Buccaneers before being traded back to the Eagles in 2019. He was put on injured reserve in 2019, but we can't wait to see him this coming season. 5'11". Christian McCaffrey? No. Saquon Barkley? Sorry. Tre'Davious White? Nope. Come on, it's Russell Wilson. Top 10 quarterback? Signed a 4-year, $140 million contract extension with the Seahawks in 2019? There's a reason why he's one of the highest paid players. First and the only quarterback in NFL history to have 4,000 plus passing yards, 30 plus passing touchdowns, and 500 plus rushing yards in the same season. Most regular season wins by a quarterback in his first 8 seasons, tied with Tom Brady. 7 Pro Bowls. Do we really need to go on? This might be the easiest height to rank. Actually, maybe it's the next one. 6 feet. Drew Brees, 100%. Is this ranking a joke to you? One of the best quarterbacks of all time? It's weird ever calling someone who is 6 feet tall short, but that is one of the smallest heights for a quarterback. We could rattle off his accomplishments to you, but we have harder heights to rank. Most of you will be happy to note that great things can come in small packages. 6'1". You know it has to be Aaron Donald. The number 1 defensive tackle was drafted by the Rams in the first round of the 2014 NFL Draft. Donald has marked himself as one of the best pass rushers of all time. He's been selected to 6 Pro Bowls and has twice been named as the NFL Defensive Player of the Year, having won it back-to-back in 2017 and 2018. In 2018, he signed a massive 6-year, $135 million contract extension with the Rams, with $87 million guaranteed. This deal made him one of the highest paid defensive players in NFL history, just behind Khalil Mack. Aaron Donald was ranked as the best player in the NFL by his peers on the NFL Top 100 Players of 2019, so you know they believe he should be here too. 6'2". 6'2" is the average height of an NFL player, so who could this possibly go to? Jerry Rice? Brett Favre? Joe Montana? Aaron Rodgers? Can we have a 4-way tie? No? Okay, considering he's already accomplished so much and he's not done yet, we're giving this one to Aaron Rodgers, 8-time Pro Bowler, 2011 Super Bowl MVP, 2-time league MVP, and the NFL's record holder for career passer rating and touchdown to interception ratio. Rodgers has more than earned this ranking. 6'3", Julio Jones, Patrick Mahomes, or Khalil Mack? We're going with Mack on this one. 2016 NFL Defensive Player of the Year and voted number 3 in the NFL Top Players of 2019. The 5th overall pick in the 2014 draft, Khalil Mack played for the Raiders until 2018 when he was traded to the Bears and signed a 6-year, $141 million deal, becoming the highest paid defensive player in NFL history. He finished his 2019 season with 47 combined tackles, 8.5 sacks, 5 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery, and 4 pass deflections in 16 games started. He's the real deal. 6'4", George Kittle. Just kidding. Tom Brady, the GOAT, 6 Super Bowl rings. Don't come for us. 6'5", Mike Evans, Chandler Jones, Tyron Smith, Peyton Manning? Manning is close for obvious reasons, but we're going to give this one to J.J. Watt. This Houston Texans defensive end is a 3-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year. Watt is also the first NFL player in NFL history to record 2 20-plus sack seasons in a career. He's been named to 5 Pro Bowls and holds a Texans franchise record for most career sacks with 96. 6'6". We're giving this one to Lane Johnson. Drafted by the Eagles 4th overall in 2013, Johnson is a Super Bowl champion and has been named to 3 Pro Bowls. In 2019, he signed a 4-year, $72 million contract extension with the Eagles, with $54.595 million guaranteed. Johnson is the highest paid offensive lineman in the NFL for a reason. 6'7". The rankings are getting easier now because not many players can boast being 6'7" and above, so this one's simple. Jimmy Graham. Drafted by the Saints in 2010, this tight end has been named to 5 Pro Bowls. Graham became the first tight end in Saints history to have more than 1,000 receiving yards in a season. This year, he signed a 2-year, $16 million contract with the Chicago Bears. Graham is also an experienced pilot, which just seems unfair since he already has an extremely high vantage point. 6'8", Bryant McKinnie or Calais Campbell? We're giving this one to the incredible defensive end Calais Campbell, the 26th best player of 2019. At 33, which is 64 in NFL years, he's still going strong, finishing his Jaguars 2020 season with 56 tackles, 10 tackles for loss, 2 forced fumbles, and 6.5 sacks. 6'9", Alejandro Villanueva? How about King Dunlap? Now we're giving this one to Ed Too Tall Jones. Number 1 selection in the 1974 draft, this defensive end helped the Cowboys win the 1977 Super Bowl. He played with them for 5 seasons before moving to boxing. The NFL didn't start recognizing quarterback sacks as an official stat until 1982, so unofficially he has a total of 106 and 57.5 officially. 6'10", it has to be Dan Skipper. The 3rd tallest player in NFL history, he kinda wins this ranking by default. Drafted in 2017 as a free agent by the Cowboys, Skipper has been shopped around as a practice squad member by the Lions, Broncos, Patriots, and Texans, before going back to the Lions in 2019. 7 feet tall. Before we dip, we're going to jump up a few inches and give an honorary mention to Richard Sly, the tallest player in NFL history, who played a total of 8 games for the Raiders in 1967. Let us know in the comments how salty you feel, and make sure to tap the subscribe button.